Hey there, BioYouth Labs community. It's Mary Sheila here and talking about one of my favorite subjects, which is all about blood sugar. And today I want to focus a little bit on protein and why it's so important to include lean protein sources such as poultry, fish, tofu, beans, and maybe Greek yogurt into your meals. And sometimes we can get protein also from nuts and seeds and all kinds of animal proteins and just, all the different ways we can get proteins. And protein really helps to control appetite and it really helps to stabilize blood sugar. And one of the things that I've noticed as a practitioner for the last 15 years is that when people get enough protein, they have way less cravings for sugar. And sugar is what raises our blood sugar and contribute to diabetes. So if we can bring our sugar down, right? And of course you might know that, I know I shouldn't be eating so much sugar, but I get these cravings at night or, after dinner or in the afternoon, this, but you can't stop doing it. A lot of that has to do with not getting enough protein. And the thing about protein when we eat it is it really burns at a very high metabolic rate. So it's like very thermogenic, we call it. So it burns hot and it helps us to fuel. It helps rebuild the body. That's what we're made of, is protein. So it is a very essential macronutrient that plays a significant role in our blood sugar management, also satiety and overall health. I know sometimes if I don't have an adequate protein at a meal, I get real snacky later. So that's taught me, rather than, getting bummed at myself for being all snacky, it's just taught me to then eat more protein at each meal. Protein is very unique among the macronutrients in that it has a minimal direct impact on our blood sugar levels. So when we consume protein, it's broken down into amino acids in our digestive system, and then it's released into the bloodstream gradually. Unlike carbs, which can rapidly raise our blood sugar, protein has a relatively minor effect on our glucose levels. So if you do struggle with high blood sugar, know that when you eat the protein, it's not going to do as much for you. And then it's not going to raise your blood sugar. The other thing is protein-rich foods provide a steady and sustained source of energy, helping to prevent rapid spikes and crashes in blood sugar. This can lead to more stable energy levels throughout the day. Including protein in your meals can increase feelings of fullness and satisfaction. This can help reduce overall calorie intake, making it easier to manage weight and blood sugar levels. When you get enough protein in your day, this may help you to improve insulin sensitivity, which is so important. And this is going to allow your cells to better respond to insulin and regulate blood sugar more effectively. Protein is also essential for maintaining and repairing muscle tissue, which is particularly important for people with diabetes, as muscle plays a key role in glucose metabolism, right? So we want to make sure we have muscles because they're really efficient at taking in, the glucose and connecting with the insulin. So the more muscle you have, the more your blood sugar is going to be regulated. So if you do exercise, which is really important, you want to make sure you get enough protein to help sustain and build your muscles, okay? So it all goes hand in hand. The more muscles you have, the better blood sugar sensitivity you have to insulin, and that is a good thing. Protein consumption stimulates the release of glucagon, which is a hormone that can help stabilize our blood sugar by promoting the release of stored glucose from the liver. And again, I mentioned this before, but when you include protein with each of your meals, this can help reduce cravings for high carbohydrate, sugary foods, which again, we know that for so many reasons, we don't want to be eating a lot of those, but they're very addictive. They're very highly processed. They're marketed to us like nobody's business. And a lot of us have, it's like our neural pathways are sort of made to just want more and more and more. So the more we can eat less of that, and protein is your ally there, okay? So let's just talk briefly about the sources of protein. So lean meats, right, are great for protein. Sometimes you might eat a fatty meat, but lean meats in general are going to be good. And wild, if you can get them, those are all excellent sources of protein. There's also fish, fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, trout, and sardines provide both protein and heart-healthy omega-3 fats. There's also beans. Beans are a great source of protein, a great source of fiber. Beans and lentils and chickpeas are all high in protein and fiber. And there's also tofu and tempeh. So these are soy-based products that are rich in plant-based protein. And then there's also dairy and dairy alternatives. So there's Greek yogurt and cottage cheese, and certain plant-based milk alternatives can have some protein too. And those are all good sources of protein. And again, getting some protein with each meal. Eggs are a versatile source of protein and various nutrients. Nuts and seeds, while they are a primary source of healthy fats, they also contain some protein, which is a good thing. So again, you want to make sure there's protein at each meal and snack. What you can really do is just experiment with what feels good to you. Try plant-based sources of proteins. If that doesn't work, try animal sources of proteins. Like, everybody's different. Some people thrive and do amazingly on a plant-based diet, and some people do need some animal-based proteins. So we all have to decide what's going to be right for us and not shame anybody for what they're doing, but do what's right for us and our body and our physiology and make the best choices that way. But we do want to include protein with each meal, and that is like the secret to great blood sugar control. All right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of the BioYouth Labs community. I appreciate you. We all do. And we're in this together. We're all trying to be as vital and healthy as we can, myself included, you too. And so let's do this. Let's be in community, do this for one another. If you're ever feeling confused or fallen off your healthy wagon, jump into the BioYouth Labs vlog and watch some of my videos on things that would make sense to you. There's videos on cholesterol and blood sugar and blood pressure and sleep and thyroid and just all the different things that we are important here, connected to our product line. So we've got you. It's not just the supplement you take that's going to help, but it's everything else you do day in and day out. So stay connected. Let's do this, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.